Hey there, viewers! While most people have trouble getting motivated to work out at all, there might be some of you who have trouble taking even a single rest day. And though it's good for you to keep moving and working out on a nearly daily basis, it is possible to overdo it sometimes. When it comes to exercise volume, there's a dose-response relationship, which means that the more you work out, the more benefits you'll achieve. But there is a tipping point which the amount of exercise you perform can do more harm than good. There are certain warning signs that you can look out for which may point you towards you overexerting yourself. In today's video, we'll tell you about these signs, which can be anything from excess fatigue, decreased performance, to mood changes, and more. Stay tuned to find out what these are. Number 1. Insomnia. Have you been training too hard at the gym but still are unable to sleep at night? It's most likely that you're overtraining yourself. You lose sleep as a result of a combination of nervous system and hormonal system overload. You should try to focus more on getting your 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. sleep because this is the part of your sleeping pattern where physical restoration occurs. Your body grows while resting, not training. If you're overtraining, try to eat a lot of clean food and take a week off of training altogether. Number 2. Prolonged muscle soreness. Exercising in general can leave you with sore muscles and muscle pains which usually heal after a day or so. But if your muscular pain or soreness has not gone away after 3 days or more, you should probably take that as a sign that you're exercising too much. After heavy or intense training, your body needs time to recover. If you're exercising and training constantly, it means your body's not getting proper recovery time, resulting in an unrelenting soreness. You should try to take it easy and give your body a chance to recover. Number 3. Fat gain. This may sound weird here, but we're talking about losing weight and still having an increase in body fat. If this is the case, you could be in the later stages of exercise overload. Your body responds to prolonged stress by elevating levels of stress hormones, including cortisol, which is your body's main stress hormone. Over time, this will lead to an increased storage of adipose tissue, as well as inhibit steroid-like hormones that normally help increase muscle. A decrease in muscle mass can cause you to shed a few pounds, but this is not a good thing since it means your body is less efficient at burning fat. Number 4. Constant fatigue. If you find yourself feeling tired all the time or leave the gym feeling exhausted instead of energized, you might need to scale it back. Although sore muscles are common with a new routine, exercise fatigue is not. Fatigue will accumulate in your body if it does not have the chance to fully recover from previous workouts. Another common reason for fatigue is that you're not eating enough calories as compared to the amount you're exercising. This can lead to something called low energy availability, which means that your body is constantly pulling from its own energy stores like carbs, protein, and fat. Your body works hard to make sure you don't die from starvation, so when your food intake decreases and exercise increases, it learns to adapt. You get more tired. You might want to cut down on the exercise routine and move less, thus expending less calories in order to make up the difference. Number 5. Decreased appetite. Changes in appetite, specifically a decrease in overall hunger or desire to eat, is a common symptom of overtraining that you may have overlooked. Stress causes an increase in hormones such as epinephrine and norepinephrine, which can inhibit your appetite. Other symptoms of overtraining include tiredness, lack of motivation, and anxiety can also lead to a lack of appetite and undereating, making the issue sometimes hard to understand and resolve. If you notice other changes in appetite like an increase in hunger or cravings of carbohydrates, it can also mean that your body is overtrained. In both situations, the solution is to supply your body with the nutrients and resources it needs to recover from the workouts, build muscle, and become stronger. Focus on eating nutrient-dense foods, lots of protein, and plenty of carbohydrates, and whenever you feel hungry, eat something. Number 6. Loss of motivation. Loss of interest, enthusiasm, and motivation for performing workouts you generally enjoy doing is often a sign of overtraining. If this happens in the short term randomly when you're feeling more tired than normal, take a day or two off to rest and recharge. This can significantly increase both your energy and motivation. You must have heard of pushing through the pain, but in this case, it's better to take a day off without any shame or guilt. It's important not to think of the downtime as a lack of discipline, Rest and recovery are all part of the training process. In fact, this will allow your body to come back to workouts recovered and mentally and physically stronger. Number 7. Hurt joints. While overuse injuries can and do affect your muscles, they most often strike in and around the joints. If you ever feel pain in your joints while working out, stop immediately. You should never feel pain in your joints while exercising. You can take a few days off of your workouts or at least any exercise moves that affect the iffy joint. Once your joint is pain-free and you feel ready to head back to the gym, focus on quality over quantity. Perform every exercise with proper form and you'll definitely get more out of each exercise session while also keeping the injury from reoccurring. Number 8. Your workout performance has gone down. If you are in week 5 of your workout routine and you can't run as fast or lift as much as you could 2 weeks ago, it's important to realize that you're not backsliding because you aren't working hard enough. Rather, you're backsliding because you're working too hard. Exercise stresses your body, and unless you give it sufficient time to recover, your workouts will merely serve to break you down. You may find your workout performance heading downhill and also notice your muscle gain and fat loss plateauing or even reversing. The simplest fix is to cut your training volume by half or more. For instance, if you generally perform 4 sets of 10 reps of a given exercise, switch to 2 sets of 10 reps using the same weight. If you take cycling classes 6 times per week, cut that down to 3. And if you usually run 5 miles 4 days a week, complete your runs at half pace. Cut them to 2.5 miles each, or eliminate 2 running days per week. Number 9. Depression. Exercise is typically good for your mental health, but if you're overtraining, it could have the opposite effect. If you overtrain, maybe you view exercise as something it's not, namely a challenge, a conquest, or space filler. You might also suffer from body image issues and believe that the more you train, the better you'll look. You might get frustrated that your performance isn't great and, as a result, push yourself even harder. Try lightening up on your workout routine. If you're concerned that doing so will set you back fitness-wise, schedule a few sessions with a qualified exercise trainer who can help you fine-tune your workouts to be both effective and less likely to leave you feeling emotionally low. Number 10. Mood swings and lack of focus. Changes in mood are one of the best ways to measure overtraining, beating out objective measures like blood markers, heart rate, and metabolism in studies. Overtraining affects your stress hormones, including cortisol and adrenaline, which can cause mood swings, irritability, depression, loss of concentration, and slower reaction times. Too much heavy resistance training without adequate rest can lead to an overactive sympathetic nervous system, leading to frequent mood changes and lack of focus. If you have a perfectionist mentality, the decrease in performance for overtraining can also compound your mood issues for psychological reasons. Number 11. Frequently falling sick. Consistent exercise is a surefire way of boosting your immune system, so one benefit might be that you get sick less, or you're better able to ward off illnesses you do catch. However, overtraining can definitely backfire, causing you to get sick more often. When your training's too intense, after workouts your body's immunity will drop slightly for a few hours, making you susceptible to sickness. If you find yourself constantly getting sick, you may want to rethink your training regimen to be sure that you're leaving enough time for rest. Try to eat the right things pre- and post-workout to fuel your recovery. A weaker immune system is one of the first signs that you're working out too much. Overtraining suppresses your immune function and promotes upper respiratory infections. This is a side effect of training too often without rest, but can also occur after a single bout of excessive exercise. Are you someone who works out more than they should? Have you noticed any of these symptoms? Let us know in the comment section below. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait, what kind of Bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.